Hello there everyone, my name is Clink and welcome back to Pikmin 4. So, last time I think we got pretty close to the end of Primordial Thicket. Truth be told, it's been like a month since I recorded the last part, so I'm trying to remember what's going on here. We're so relieved to see you're all right. Dollar Store Brittany. I admit it was touch and go there for a while. I think the biggest threat I faced was my own empty stomach. Now that we're reunited, it feels like I can finally breathe. We owe you Rescue Corps folks big time. Nonsense, we're just doing our jobs. Yes, that's quite enough pleasantries for now. Your doctor filled me in on the current situation. I'd like to have a look at Ochi right away. So the tip of his tail is morphed completely into a leaf, and not like one that I could easily pluck from a plant. The symptoms seem to be quite similar to those displayed by the leaflings, if I'm not mistaken. You've already tried administering your medicine? Yes, I did. It had no effect. I see. What exactly does this medicine consist of? It's a combination of glow sap and non-leafified cells from a non-leafified individual. Well, I think we've struck upon our main issue then. If administered as a preventative measure, the medicine may have worked. But to cure a space dog, you need space dog cells. Do you think you could make a dose of the medicine using Moss's cells instead? Excellent idea. I'm on it. Well, shucks. It didn't work. My guess is that we need cells from a dog that hasn't been leafified. That's why this is the final part of the plot. Where are you going to find a dog like that on this planet? Excuse me, but while preparing to harvest cells from moss, I came across this. Dog Thing's den. Found the huge dog thing near the large rock at the back of the swamp. Had something in its mouth. It was that pink person who had the yummy juice. She's getting in the way. I'll just drop her somewhere. Huge dog thing. Could he be talking about that giant dog? Wait, what giant dog? Exactly. We'd be fools to discount that giant dog-like creature that ran away with Nelly. Oh, right. I was carried by some sort of giant dog, wasn't I? I just bounced along its back all over the place. Never stopped to eat, so I must have just passed out from hunger. Honestly, is that any way to treat a renowned medical professional? Yeah, I'm getting to the point where I'm actually just ready for this conversation to be over. Now that Miles is here with us, it's possible that Louie will try to find and adopt that other dog. If we follow Louie's scent, it could lead us right to the pooch we're looking for. So yeah, essentially we need to find this dog that's really big. I completely forgot that it's mentioned in the plot at all, really, at this point. What, did we get all of the skills for Ochi? Like I said, it's been a while since I recorded this. Infinite Rush takes 8 thingamathings, which I do believe we get from the final cures. Let's also get this side quest here completed. So, I have a few goals for today. All platinum medals in the Dandori. In the Dandori battles, not the challenges. So, we have some night expeditions that we can do, I do believe. Yeah, there's 2 more here in the Primordial Thicket. I'm going to start off doing the second one. I'm going to go out of order here, because this is by far the hardest one in the game, and I just kind of want to get it done. I remember this, surprisingly, on my first playthrough, this took me many attempts. I think it took me like 12. I had a really hard time with this one for some reason. There's a couple of smoky progs, there is a Baldy Longlegs, and multiple Emperor Bulblaxes that you have to fight throughout this. But I have a plan, and it's that funny number in the middle of the screen. Yeah, we have 178 glow seeds. We're at the very end of the game. There is no better time to use these things than now, really. For most of the game, I've kind of avoided using stuff like this. But they're also in the game for scenarios like this, so let's have Ochi. No, what is it I want to do? I want to switch to Ochi, and then I guess I want to have him go here. Wait, trying to decide if I want the captain and the Ochi or Ochi over here. I think I want. Let's actually have the captain go over here. The main thing that I want to ensure is that the captain is the one that deals with the baldy long legs. Because the captain has the ability to actually use, well, the glow Pikmin's, like, ball thing. That's how you know I'm kind of out of the loop, honestly. Glow mob, that's what it's called. But, yeah, the goal is to use that on the baldy long legs, plus some spicy sprays, which I think we have a good handful of. Yeah, we've definitely got plenty of those. So what I'll do is once the enemies start coming in, then I'll probably use some of the glow seeds. I don't want to waste a whole bunch. Actually, you know what? No, I take that back. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use about 50 of them right now. So yeah, let's go ahead and just plop a whole bunch of them on the ground. Like I said, we have so many of these things, we really don't have a thing to worry about. Okay, that's over 50, so let's just... How do I stop using them? Just B? Alright, cool. So we have a whole lot. The captain can obviously use some. The smoky progs are gonna come, unfortunately. You can send Ochi to go deal with their eggs straight away. In fact, if I remembered where the eggs were, that would be a much better choice, honestly. Just get them out of the way immediately. However, I don't remember, so yeah. We're just gonna have to roll with this strategy. But yeah, we have a smoky prog coming in from over here. Oh, and another sloochy boy. Let's go ahead and activate this trick null and swap over to the captain, because I think I saw a couple sloochies. Yeah, these look like really big slooches too. Wow. Let's go ahead and use a glow mob on them. All of our glow Pikmin can kill them very quickly. And I'll go ahead and activate these. Switch back to Ochi, because... Oh, hello! How are you, Mr. Emperor Ball Blacks? Let's just go ahead and do that. With the 70 glow Pikmin, he will not last very long, so... the main issue is obviously going to be the smoky prog here, which is why I'm going to use the ultra spicy spray. I do not remember what it's binded to on the D-pad. We're just going to... And before he can roar, get back. Uh-oh. And, oh, the other one is under attack, so we will swap over to Captain. What is happening? Oh, no, it is, it's Ochi's. Ooh, shoot. Okay. Where is the thing, anyway? It is going down so quickly, too. Oh, my gosh. Am I about to lose? I'm about to lose this. Oh my gosh. This is going so terribly. Oh no. Okay. There's the baldy long legs. That is the main worry, of course. Let's go ahead and take these guys out. And let's have Ochi. Which one is he next to? He's next to the blue one. So let's make sure he's guarding the blue one. I probably should have done that before. I'm gonna have to just do a fairly frequent pause, unfortunately, to make sure that I'm keeping track of the enemies, because obviously we are in a not so good situation, to be quite frank. Okay, so it looks like the other smoky prog is up. Here's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna go for that real quick. And after dealing some damage here, we will swap over to Ochi for a second. Wait, did that just say they wiped out the thingy? Oh my gosh, this is horrendous. Yes, be a distraction, Ochi. Be a very, very good distraction for a few seconds. All right, good. And let's swap back to the captain. Alright, so here's what we want to do. We want to be under it, and that wasn't very good, but it's okay. We're gonna kill this baldy. Stupid baldy long legs. Okay, cool. Switch. Where is everything that is approaching here? It's over this way. Okay. So, Emperor, let's use a ultra spicy because that is the best course of action here. All right, we're gonna. Man, the charge is so quick. I don't know if that's the spicy spray or not. I don't really remember honestly, but we're definitely in a very precarious situation here, and we don't have room for error. So, you know, uh-oh. I just had to say we don't have room for error, didn't I? Okay, wait, how's the other one looking? There's like one enemy going towards it, I think, so we're fine there. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. we're gonna use more glow seeds. The power of plenty of items. And then cancel those and use another spicy spray. This is so bad. This is why I said I was gonna do this one first. Because I knew that things would probably turn out about like this, really. So. Okay, there we go. And switch. Where's the luminal? Oh, it is Emperor Bullblax that is attacking it too. Uh-oh. Okay. Well, he's dead now. We're okay. How's the other luminal looking? Pretty good. All right. Any like bull bears or anything? Nope, that's it. Okay. So that was pretty disastrous. But we did it. We did it on the first try. And that's what matters. So the other one's not nearly as hard as this one, I promise. That's why I wanted to knock this one out first. So that was I'm glad to be done with it. All right, let's get into this final one. I'm gonna be so glad to be done with these. I was sitting and thinking before I recorded, or started recording this part, and I'm like, the night missions are very strange, because like, I personally don't really like these, but I was thinking about, I'm like, I can at least appreciate they tried to come up with some sort of other type of strategy mission. Like, there's still these like time-sensitive, somewhat chaotic missions at times, but I don't know, for some reason I don't enjoy them as much, even though it really demands you to quickly, gather Pikmin and protect these things. I think the whole like protection aspect of it, the whole tower defense, is just not my favorite thing in Pikmin, but I can at least appreciate that it's like a different type of strategy from the other strategy elements of Pikmin. But yeah, let's go on ahead and knock out this last one, and then we can finish up Primordial Thicket, which I looked into it. I think I had mentioned it in a previous part, that we have, so there's 48 treasures in Cavern for a King. We are missing 49 within the area. However, I noticed in the last part there was one treasure pretty close to the Cavern for a King, because I was fighting like some slug or something, or leech, whatever the leech type enemies are called. I mean, this part's still going to go up like 2 days later, so if you've seen the last part, you probably know what I'm talking about. So there was one treasure there. That should be the last one on the surface of Primordial Thicket, and then we're all good there. Is there still 2 luminals in this level, or is it only the one? Oh, it's only one. Oh, that's nice. Okay. Well, I'm not too worried about this one then. Ugh. Larva and bull bears. But, yeah, it's just, I don't know, the night missions are just kind of weird to me. I'll be curious to see if they are in the eventual Pikmin 5. The hopefully eventual Pikmin 5, which, I don't know how I've come across on this game throughout the series. I think I've definitely voiced some of my criticisms, and I think I've made it aware that pretty clearly that like this is probably my least favorite of the Pikmin games. I've still really enjoyed this playthrough overall so far, and this is stuff I would usually be talking about during the credits, but I will be very curious to see what elements of this game they bring back in Pikmin 5. The thing that I really hope that they don't ever touch again is this game's controls. I think the controls are, like, by far unanimously considered the worst part about it. I don't know, honestly, but I don't think this game has very good controls. I actually think it has the worst control scheme in the series. But the, oh, hey, look at that. I just don't think the auto lock was the best idea to make it completely mandatory, at least. Like, you know, if it's toggleable, it's whatever, but when it really only gets in the way more than anything, I do wonder why they thought it was a good idea. Come on. Come on, there we go. But I don't know. I'll be really curious to see if the night missions come back. I guess that was my original point, but I don't know. These are, you know, whenever I get into these kind of rants, it's so off the cuff that I feel like the point I want to make never really comes across. And it just kind of gets lost somewhere along the way. Alright, let's make sure we kill these bulb orbs over here. I'm spending a lot of time gathering Pikmin, but, yeah, it's really... I always have a hard time doing these kind of rants, because I like talking about the design of games throughout my playthroughs, just because I have such a big interest in that. And I spend a lot of time thinking about the design of games when I'm playing them, but I feel like I'd have to make more, like, scripted videos to really feel like I could convey how I feel about them. I feel that way when I have these kind of rants on stream, too. It's just, you know, it's kind of weird. That's why we, you know, people will write scripts and stuff in the first place. Because words can be very fickle. And it's hard to really get your true point across. Alright, let's go ahead and use a spicy spray. As you can see, we got a lot of enemies coming up here. And I want to make sure I can deal with them properly. Which, as we know, glow mob plus spicy spray equals a win button. Even on the almighty Smoky Prog. The real concern is the thing lasting long enough to do 2 glow mobs with 1 spicy spray. Which it did, which is nice. Alright, so here's what we're gonna do. Perfect. Alright, we're gonna kill the bull bear. Then we're gonna kill the dwarfs. And we're gonna see if that's everything. I feel like there's a chance it could be. I'm not seeing any enemies showing up from the thing. We're just gonna send all this stuff back. A lot of stuff. Oh, there's... was that a group of bull bears? Or a... not a group of bull bears. You know how they work. The whole pack or whatever. Yeah, if night missions do return in the next Pikmin, I hope they see a bit of an overhaul. I'm not completely against the idea of them, even if the thing I wanted night missions to be, which is, like, originally when they announced night missions, I was really hoping that it wasn't going to be missions. It was you could choose to play at night and the game would be much more hostile, but in return you could finish the game in fewer days. I always thought that would be really interesting, a big risk-reward system. And maybe part of the reason I'm not a super big fan of the night missions is because of my somewhat unfair expectations for the night missions. Even though I can acknowledge they kind of have their own merits over something like what I thought it might be in the first place. It's very, very strange. But one thing, I think the game that, like, I really had to learn to, like, ignore my expectations or try not to let what I want influence what the game is was probably, like, Tears of the Kingdom, where I grew to really like that game once I just got rid of my expectations that I was kind of unfairly forcing on the game in some ways. And maybe that's kind of the same with the night missions, but I'm still just like I can like tower defense games, but I don't really like it in Pikmin, I guess. Or maybe I just need it done in some different way and they need to make some changes. I just don't really know what they should be for the night missions. I guess maybe letting you use like your Pikmin types and stuff instead of just limiting it to glow Pikmin. Because for right now it's more of like ooh, hey, there we go. All leaflings cured. It's like its own form of Dandori still, but it's still lacking some elements for me. I can't put my finger on what they are, but you know, sometimes I can't do that, and that's okay. But yeah, really long-winded rant over that I feel like I never got any point across from. I feel like I should have stopped halfway through because I probably repeated like 5 things in there, but yeah, let's turn in these last side quests. This is going to be the final in-game day before finishing the game altogether. But I'm still pretty much thinking I'll do like one more video afterwards. We'll see. Yeah, just turning in these side quests. I want to take a good look at the side quest log since we have all the castaways. We have all of the leaflings cured. Yeah, so we should pretty much have everything. Defeat 1,000 creatures. We have all the onions. You know, we've completed all of our shipwreck tale, all the Dandori challenges, Dandori battles, you name it. We've pretty much done it at this point, I'm pretty sure. So let's look for all the little bubbles above all these very useless characters' heads. Man, I have a hard time not taking shots at the characters. It's hard to take shots at the environments when they look this pretty though. Do we have all the upgrades? I want to make sure of that. Like, do we have I don't have the plucking whistle. The one thing I don't have is the pluck-a-phone. That's kind of annoying, actually. Oh well. Yeah, let's go to Primordial Thicket and finish things up, shall we? Obviously, we're not finishing the game today, but wait, what'd they say? Is prepped and ready. Here's hoping we find Louis soon. I'm ready to explore. Okay, doesn't matter what they said. Oh no, we're missing a rescue. Is it just Louis, or is there someone I didn't get? Because I guess that would be the final pup drive for the Ochi infinite charge. But yeah, let's do it. Let's stop lollygagging around. I feel like I've wasted a lot of time in this part already. Okay. So one treasure, and 1 castaway is what we're missing. Yeah, let's do it. What are the recommended types here again? Ice, wings, whites. So I'm gonna get 50 ice. I'm gonna actually I'm gonna get 60. I'm gonna get 20 of the other 2 types. I don't remember the types used in Cavern for a King. I think it's mostly the combat types. So I want to say like red, purples, and rocks. I do remember that before the final boss, there's a bunch of candy pot buds that lets you get like pretty much every type though. So yeah, the castaway would have to be in Cavern for a King, I would think. So let's go do that. Because we got the Flarlick over here. But like I said, there was like a leech or whatever within the water. And Cavern for a King is right over there. So let's see if we can get him to rear his ugly head. Or not. Alright. What's this? Oh, it's only 12. Cool. Alright, so let's why didn't it pause? Oh, I wasn't like actually locked onto the thing, I guess. So let's go ahead and freeze this and open up Cavern for a King, I guess. Really, no leech thing? That's just very strange for some reason to me. Yeah, we are truly here at the end game now. So, like I said, I think there's gonna be 2 more parts. Because Cavern for a King is very long, the longest cave in the series. Which is funny, because, you know, the longest cave in terms of floor count up to this point has been 6, I believe. And yeah, Cavern for a King is a lot longer than that. So I'll be back once this treasure gets back, and then we'll head on in. Okay, it is just about back. 3, 2, 1, and boom. Okay, I didn't expect to be that accurate, but let's go on ahead and do it. We got 22 Pikmin who are sexy right now. Yeah, I ended up seeing that. Yeah, okay, 1 rescue, 48 treasures. Perfect. Let's do it. Oh, this is an interesting composition for this. Tell you what, let's do this. We're gonna go down to 25 whites, and we're gonna bring in more purples. Which is ironic because one, I do believe there's a lot of purple candy pop buds in this cave. 2, the first floor actually is gonna require a lot of whites, so I think it's the first floor at least. We'll see. Is that a... yeah, it is this floor. Oh, I hate this floor. So Cavern for a King, much like what's it called, the Dream Den, in a lot of ways, is, or not Dream Den, I guess Hole of Heroes was the closest thing to a boss rush in Pikmin 2. Yeah, pretty much. I guess Hole of Heroes had a lot of bosses, so it's more similar to that. Because we're gonna be fighting quite a lot of the bosses throughout the game again. Not all of them. Unfortunately, Groovy Longlegs is one of the ones that we don't get to fight again. But yeah, this is the Toxstool, I think it's called. This is honestly a pretty annoying boss, which is why I'm using Ochi to just go through and destroy everything first. That was the problem with this guy. Yeah, he makes sticky molds again, and it's really annoying. I don't know if he spawns enemies too, does he? It looks like he does. Alright, then, I guess we're grabbing everything. And we're just gonna say screw it and take him out. Flip him over, do it. Why isn't he flipping over? Uh-oh. Okay, now you flip over? What the heck? What is up with this game sometimes? Alright, everyone out. Everyone out. Did we just lose a purple? No, we didn't. Oh, wow, that's surprising. Okay. Well, that'll take him out. Now we just gotta take care of everything else. Not too bad. I had a much harder time with this on my first playthrough, for sure. Obviously, I would expect it to be a little bit easier, but considering I haven't done this since July 2023, it's kind of surprising that I did that well, honestly. Okay, now that that is done, we can actually destroy all of this stuff. Yeah, like I said, this is gonna be a super long cave. It's gonna take a couple videos, but that's kind of the fun of it, honestly. I actually remember quite enjoying this cave overall, except for one floor. I think it's like floor 17 or something. Whenever we refight the Empress Ball Blacks, that floor is honestly kind of evil. Is that the only treasure on this one? I think so. Yep. All right. And you might notice 5%. So yeah, there is 20 floors here. It's gonna be a lot. Hopefully in the next part I can get through 15. That's my goal, is to be done with floor 15 by the end of the next part, because the final boss is pretty long, so I'd like to be pretty close to the end in the next part. But we'll see. We'll see how long pretty much all of it takes. I also love this for, like, look how horribly that Bulbor is hidden. He thinks he's so slick. It's so goofy and so dumb, but I kind of love it. It's great. Just look at him. He's so great. Oh, man. I love that. I love that for him. I don't know what the best way to deal with this one is, because, you know, the giant Bulborbs can be a bit of a pain. We'll just go on ahead and do that, though. Oh, wow. No eats, though. What's the music on this one? I definitely know it, but I can't, like, say it off the top of my head, honestly. I'm not entirely sure. Okay, where's the other one? Is this it? Yeah, I think this is it. Yeah, alright, cool. Any other treasures on this floor, or is it just those two? Yeah, a lot of them, considering this is a 20-floor cave, a lot of sub-levels are only going to have 1, maybe 2 treasures. Some will have 3, obviously, but onwards! What's this one? Oh, this is the snagrets, I believe. I think there's a couple of snagrets to kill, too. Yeah, 3 snagrets. Please don't eat any of my Pikmin, they're just little guys. Yeah, the real aim is to get them to, like, peck into the ground. Alright, there we go. That's 1. Alright, we're gonna wait for him to go in before we reveal this one. That was good. That was good. Losing a lot of flowers in doing this method, but I'd rather be safe than sorry, really. That purple's trying to be a Chad, all on his own. Come on. There you are. Bonk! I love giving everything a good bonking. It's not like a Dark Souls bonking, but it's still a good bonking. Come on. Nope, nope. Stick your beak into the ground. There it is. Alright. You fool! You brought your own demise. You cannot defeat my Pikmin. There we go. Ah, throw enough Pikmin out of the thing. They're being dumb again. I swear, I was thinking about it. This game simultaneously has the best and worst AI of the entire Pikmin series. It's genuinely impressive how horrible the Pikmin can be at grabbing stuff in this game sometimes, but at the same time, like, you know, they're not tripping all the time and stuff like they are in, like, Pikmin 1. It's very weird how they manage to do that. Best and worst at the same time. What's this one? Oh, yeah! This one seems like it's gonna go horribly, I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, it's cool to see the Arctic cannon beetle once again. These snowballs are going on a weird path. Hey guys! Oh, you're dead. Cool. Alright, let's not get hit by the snowballs. We're just gonna... excuse me. Pardon me. Hair done, May. Alright. I forget, does this one... Oh, that's right. And then while his blowhole's open, and then we're gonna get our Pikmin off before he shakes them. Uh-oh. Everyone on Ochi. Gotta do the overpowered strategies. I'm just getting everything onto Ochi's back. Take him out real quick. Man, this is going all right so far. It would have been so funny if I actually threw a purple off the cliff right there. If this were Pikmin 2, I would half expect them to, like, bounce off this mushroom and go over the edge. Oh, man. I love that in Pikmin 2 sometimes. I think that happened to me in Subterranean Complex in the Pikmin 2 Let's Play, if I remember right. But man, the Pikmin 2 Let's Play was quite some time ago at this point. It's so weird. It took like Pikmin 1, 2, and 3 were all some of my earlier Let's Plays, and now this one's pretty far in. And yet, like, in quite a few ways, I'm not super satisfied with this one, but it's like... It's such a long game that I can't really expect myself to be satisfied with all of it. Especially when I just don't know it as well, which is why I kind of made this a bit more of a casual one. It's like this is more of like a revisiting Pikmin 4 for me kind of thing, and not a more walkthrough type Let's Play that I usually would do. Yeah, alright, 20. We'll just do that. Some strong boys, them chunky purples. But I'm pretty cool with that kind of Let's Play every once in a while. In fact, I'm thinking of doing some more for a certain couple games that I've really wanted to revisit from my childhood. I don't know when I'll do those, but I have been thinking about it. I'm not going to say what they are, though. I'm going to leave them as a bit of a surprise, honestly. I want to leave them as a surprise. That really, you're going to spawn me right next to an Emperor? Oh, no. All right. Let's wake up this one first. But yeah, that way if I ever upload part 1 of the first game at some point, just out of the blue, you'll be like, what the heck? Why is Clunk doing this? Uh-oh. There goes our first Pikmin of the cave! 2 purples, of course it would be. Alright. Uh-oh, that purple's probably screwed if I don't do something soon. How did I not kill the other one all in one go? That's very confusing. Oh no, it was only one! Awesome! But my hint on what the game series is it's a series with 6 games, but I only really have interest in revisiting the first 2. And it's a series that's been pretty much dead for about 10 years now. But it's one I played a lot as a kid, and I've wanted to go back to for quite a while. Those hints aren't really that good other than the 6 games and dead for about 10 years. But like I said, I wanna keep it as a bit of a surprise, keep y'all in the dark on it, really. What do we got next? Oh, hey, it's Louie. I forgot we see him a couple times throughout the cave. There he is, Louie. Runs away like an idiot. Oh, Louie. Louie, you dolt. This is a very strange... Oh, yeah, and there's also several points where you can leave throughout the cave if you so wish to do so. But we are not doing that at all. We are doing this all in one go, and I mean, it's not like we have anything else we can really do in the game. Ooh, hey, look at that, a spicy spray. Forgot to give you some ice Pikmin during this. Which, you know, the 3 type limit doesn't really apply within caves, so in case you forgot about that. Let's go ahead and throw a few ice Pikmin onto this, and I'll also leave about 15 or so blues just to deal with that while we ride this platform off into the vent light. I guess it's not really sunlight. I don't know where I was gonna go with that, but oh well. I don't even know anymore. I don't know. I'm kind of out of it. This is another part that I'm recording pretty late at night, which I know I recorded one of the more recent parts. I think it was like, I know it was one of the parts in Primordial Thicket I recorded at like 11 or something, and by the end of it I was like, I am so regretting this. I'm definitely not as exhausted right now as I was in that one, but, are they not trying to destroy that thing? What are the blues doing over there? Okay, whatever. You do you, I guess, guys. Alright. Let's get the rubber ducky. Oh, is this the, this must be the exit. That must be what this is. Yeah, that's the exit. That could have been really bad. I could have just sent several Pikmin right off the edge with that. What floor is this? 7 or 6? This is 6, okay. Let's do one more. Because I think... I'll be concerned if I can fit 12 in. We're also going to see how many attempts that Empress Ball Black's floor takes me. Oh boy. Yeah, it is interesting. When I started recording this, I started recording this in like January, and it's been several months in the process at this point, but will all my Pikmin freeze just touching you? No, they won't. Cool. Coming to this, I was like, man, this is gonna be the longest game I've played on the channel. Oh my gosh, that had me scared. But I'm sitting here thinking, you know, I feel like I've had a few moments where I don't really know what to talk about this much during this because of how long it is, and yet this isn't even the longest game I'm going to be playing through this year, because, you know, I had a poll where Twilight Princess was pretty much the winner, and so I'm going to play Twilight Princess this year, and that game is a lot longer than even this one. Like, I think this is going to be like 20 hours of playtime. Twilight Princess takes me like 40. But I think at the same time that this whole like 40-minute parts kind of thing is a bit of a anomaly. I don't know how I'm gonna do video formats and stuff going forward, but weird note to end on, honestly. But I'm gonna end this part here. Man, this has been such a weird video, honestly. And I will see you guys next time for the penultimate episode of Pikmin 4, where we're gonna get all the way to the final boss. So see you then. Bye bye.